This is Christine Zeitler with Prendergast Library, and I'm going to show you how to turn your chain from the last video into a granny square. The first step is to join the chain that has 4 stitches that you made into a circle. To do that, you're going to insert your hook underneath one of the legs or V's, one of the sides of the V that makes up the first stitch on the chain, and then you're going to, holding the project slightly out of the way, you're going to yarn over and pull through the 2 loops, the one that you went through and the one that was already on your hook. Now this was a little awkward, so I'm going to show you that again. After you've insert the hook into the stitch, holding the piece out of the way, you're going to lightly tension your yarn, yarn over, pull through both loops, and that forms the ring. And then to get to the next level, you're going to chain 2. So you just yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Now this chain is going to count as your first double crochet for this project. The next step is to double crochet 2 more times in the center ring. So lightly tensioning your yarn, yarn over, put your hook through the center of the ring, like so, pull up another loop of yarn. Now you have 3 loops of yarn on your crochet hook. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of those loops, which leaves you with another 2 loops. Yeah, that was a little weird. So there, 3 loops, yarn over with the needle, with the hook facing down, pull through 2, leaving 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is a double crochet. So now you have a chain and a double crochet. So yarn over, put through the center, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 3 double crochets. For this pattern, we're going to chain 1 in between each set of 3. So chain 1 and then another double crochet, and then yarn over, put through the center loop, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And you're going to keep doing that until you have 4 sets of 3 double crochets, remembering that you're going to put a chain stitch in between each set of double crochets. So we're going to do another 3 double crochets. Yarn over, put through the center loop, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Do not worry, excuse me, do not worry about being quick. I've been crocheting pretty much my entire life since my mother and grandmother both crocheted, so I've been making granny squares almost as long as I can remember. So take your time. Make sure that you're not pulling anything too tightly, and enjoy the process. So this is going to be the final set of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and then the 3rd double crochet, and then chain 1 in between those. And then we're going to join this row in a circle. I did forget to chain 1 in between, but it doesn't make that much difference in this particular project. So now you're going to take the space in between your first chain 2, which counts as a double crochet, and your first actual double crochet. Put your hook through that space, pull up a yarn, length of yarn, and then slip that length through the stitch that's on your hook. This is called a slip stitch. Now you're going to chain 2 to get to the next level. You're going to turn your project over, and you're going to work in the space that would be a chain 1 in this case, it should have been, but you're going to work in that space there. And the chain 2 counts as a double crochet, so then we're going to do 2 more double crochets. And now this row is a little different from most, so you're going to do 3 double crochets in this space, chain 1, and then you're going to do another 3 double crochets in that same space. So each of the spaces made by your very first row is going to have 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, and then a chain 1 to get to the next space. You got to pull a little bit more yarn out to keep things a little loose. So we've got 3 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So 1 more double crochet for a total of 6 in that space, then chain 1 and find your next chain 1 space, which is after 3 more double crochets on the row before. So then yarn over, put your hook in that space, pull up a yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over, pull through 2. And again, in this space, you're going to make 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. And what this is doing is turning the circle from your previous row into a nice tidy square by giving you 4 corners and a straight edge to work with. Well, 4 straight edges actually. So there's the second one. You can start to see the square already forming. 3 double crochets, there's the space. So I forgot to chain 1, so I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to yarn over, insert the hook in the hole, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now keep in mind, this is just how I crochet. There are a lot of different methods. If you're used to knitting, I've seen plenty of knitters that also crochet, and they tend to throw their yarn over their hook as opposed to hooking the way I am doing. Any way that you get the product is just fine. Do what's fun for you, do what's comfortable for you. So I'm going to chain 1 and get started on the final corner on this row. And again, we're going to do 3 double crochets, followed by a chain 1 and 3 double crochets in this space. One of the very fun things about making granny squares is that once you have this basic pattern down, it's easy to make them as big as you want them to be. I've seen all sorts of projects using granny squares. So I'll elaborate on that in a minute. So I'm going to chain 1, then I'm going to put the hook in between the chain 3 space and your first double crochet, chain 2, I beg your pardon, and the first double crochet, pull up a yarn, pull up 1 yarn, and then pull that through the chain, through the stitch that's already on your hook. And then chain 2 to get to the next row, turn your piece over so that the hole is in the direction that you're working in. Now, this is a side, so we're going to do the chain 2 is going to count as a double crochet, and then 2 more double crochets, a chain 1, and then we're going to move on to the corner. Now, this is the last corner. So we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets in the corner, and always 3 double crochets on the side pieces. And again, you can make these as big as you want. You can turn them into pillows, shorts, afghans, bags, basically anything that you can think of that can be made of squares. There we go. So that was the last double crochet, chain 1, and then just like we've been doing previously, we're going to join it by inserting the hook between the chain 2 and the first double crochet, pulling up a yarn and doing a slip stitch, and then you can crochet some chains to get to the next level. I've decided that I'm going to stop there because that makes a nice coaster size. So to finish the piece, you're going to go down to where you joined it, and then inserting your hook, pull the rest of your yarn straight up so that it just leaves a tail, and then tugging gently on that, you're going to fix the knot. If you would like, you can cut that very close and put a dot of glue, and you have a finished square. If you want to keep going, all you have to do is add on another color. To add on another color, you're going to make a slip knot in the new color, place it over the hook in place of your previous color, and then begin stitching with that new color. I would love to see your projects on the Prendergast Library Facebook page and YouTube and Instagram.